Hey there, I'm Vicki Atlas Israel, your mindset and meditation coach with InnerPowerMindset.com. And today I want to reach people who may have trouble with anxiety, who may have trouble with sleep. Sometimes this has to do with self-love. Sometimes we have so many negative thoughts or things, or we just expect things aren't going to go well, that we have trouble going to sleep. And so I want us to begin to really, truly love ourselves, to take time to be there and be present. Lately, I've done this thing in the morning. You may think I'm really crazy, but I have found that it helps me avoid that negative self-talk that sometimes happens early in the morning. So what I do, and this is kind of a yoga practice, is you put your hands together in prayer position and you say, I think kind thoughts. You put that on your forehead. Then you put it near your throat. I say kind words to myself and others. And then in your heart, I believe and feel kindness and compassion in my heart. So let's try that together. You can either put yourself in a prayer position, or if you just want to touch your head and your throat and your heart, all is well. Okay, so let's try it. Again, we start here. I think kind thoughts. Then in your throat. I say kind words to myself and others. And then your heart. I feel kindness and compassion in my heart. So I want to tell you a little story about that. I taught that to some teen girls who are facing some difficult challenges right now. They're part of this Butterfly Club and Rainbows for Kids, which is a beautiful organization run by Sally Rains. And so in teaching these girls to have self-love, to have self-compassion, to think about how they really treat themselves, made me realize you may need that as well, because we can all get into that negative critical voice that comes up. And I've had to kind of work through my negative thinking and try to come up with a more powerful inner coach, which is why my book is called Inner Power Now, because there's this beautiful heart connection that is where we live from our higher self and our soul. So we got to connect with that heart space. So one way to do it is called mirror work. And a lot of people that have been involved in personal development, like #1 New York Times bestselling author Jack Canfield, who co-created Chicken Soup for the Soul, and Louise Hay, who was the founder of Hay House, and numerous books talk about using the mirror. And so this practice that is taught to us at Breakthrough to Success, I also teach all of my clients, and I want you to learn how to do it too. So what you do is in the evening, you keep this going for 30 days straight. You look in the mirror, you look in the soul of your eyes, and you're saying to yourself, you say your name, I'll say my name, Vicki, I love you. And then you say some acknowledgments. I acknowledge you today for doing a live stream. I acknowledge you today for getting out there in public. I acknowledge you today for thinking of health and fitness and making that a huge priority in your life. There you go. 3 things. Maybe you can come up with 3 things. Maybe you'll come up with more. Maybe you'll have trouble. I remember when I first did this, there were some tears that kind of came out. And, it was kind of hard to look myself in the eye because maybe I wasn't feeling really good about myself. So mirror work is so powerful. So be gentle with yourself and just say to yourself, begin with your name, say I love you, say some things you acknowledge. Maybe it's things that you accomplished. Maybe it's some habits that you did that day. Maybe it's some discoveries that you accomplished. So we need to acknowledge ourselves and congratulate ourselves for some things we've done well. And then at the very end, you can say again, Vicki, I love you. And you say your name. You don't say Vicki, you say your name. So I hope that this is helpful, doing mirror work. There's a book out there right now that's called High Five by Mel Robbins. And she also does something where she gives herself a high five in the mirror. So you might try that too, in the morning or in the evening. You can do this practice at either time. So just find out what may work for you. Be consistent. One little tip, you may want to tell your family you're doing this so they don't come in on you and you're in the middle of this or going, Mom, you've totally lost it. Well, my kids already know how goofy I can be. But anyway, you may want to warn them that you're going to be doing this over the next 30 days. You can also invite them to do it. Tell them it's a powerful technique and it may help with self-love, because self-love will hopefully lead to less anxiety. You accept yourself, you love yourself, you are worthy, and it may also help with sleep. So try it. Mirror work. I'm Vicki Atlas Israel. Thank you so much for joining me today. Comment below what you have found by doing the mirror work. I would really like to hear from you. And let me know what you're going to say to yourself in the mirror. Okay? Let's do this together as a group so we can all have more self-love, self-compassion, and kindness. The world needs so much more of this. Thank you so much. I wish you and your family the best.